Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome back to online classes of Iqra Fazba Secondary Schools, our project of Iqra Education System. My dear brothers, according to the reduced syllabus, we have already gone through chapters number 14, 15 and 16 in this second term video lecture session. Previously, we have already covered chapters number 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 10, 11. All these 7 chapters we have already covered partially in the first video lecture session and then in the physical classes. And in this video lecture session, session 2, we have already covered 3 chapters, chapter number 14, 15 and 16. We will continue with the grammar topic today, and we may continue these textual chapters of prose section after these 1 or 2 grammar topics, that is prepositions. So we will be covering prepositions today in this video lecture. I will explain you what prepositions are and how to use them along with their types. But before we further go ahead, let's go through an interesting segment. Yes, that is asking a riddle. So today's question is, what goes up and down but doesn't move? Interesting one, huh? What goes up and down but doesn't move? वो क्या चीज है जो ऊपर भी जाती है, नीचे भी जाती है, लेकिन मूव नहीं करती, अपनी जगह से हिलती नहीं है? That's very interesting question. You may think about it. Meanwhile, we will go through the topic prepositions in grammar section. So my brothers, what are prepositions? Let me tell you first, there are 9 parts of a speech. I am just reminding you these. Otherwise, you have studied them in classes 6, 7 and 8 already. And partially you have studied these prepositions in class 9 too. Okay? So there are 9 parts of a speech in English language, starting from noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, prepositions, conjunctions, interjection and articles. These are 9 parts of a speech in modern English. Previously there were 8 parts of a speech excluding articles, but now they have included articles in part of a speech. So out of these 9 parts of a speech, we have 1 part of a speech, that is prepositions. Initially, we define the word preposition in such words written on the board. A word that tells position. ऐसा लफ्ज जो position बताता है. But this is very initial definition which we told you when you were in class 6 or in class prep 6. More mature definition I would like to share with you people on the board here. A word that tells position or relation between 2 words. And these 2 words are usually nouns and or pronouns. Preposition किसे कहते हैं? एक ऐसा लफ्ज जो 2 अल्फाज के दरमियान पोजीशन या रिलेशन बताता है. Here I have written a couple of examples of prepositions. And these examples include in, on, at, up to, into, on behalf of, during, including, etc. These are some of the examples of prepositions I have written on the board, and I have also explained you the types of prepositions we have in English language. There are 5 different types of prepositions: simple preposition, double preposition, compound preposition, participle preposition and phrase prepositions. I will give you a couple of examples of these 5 types of prepositions in front of each type. Here you can see I have written some examples of each type of these 5 prepositions. In simple prepositions we use in, on, at, of, etc. Okay, these are one word prepositions. These one word prepositions are called simple prepositions. The second type of preposition is double. Double preposition is actually a combination or a connection or joining two prepositions as one, in and to. That becomes into, it becomes one preposition. Although this one preposition is made up of two prepositions. When two prepositions are joined together to form one preposition, that is called double preposition. Beside, be inside, within, with and in. So when two simple prepositions are joined together to form one preposition, that becomes double preposition. Now we come to compound preposition. Compound preposition is a combination of two prepositions, but these two prepositions are written separately. When two prepositions are written together, that form double preposition. When two prepositions are written separately, they become compound preposition. This is the difference between compound and double preposition. That two prepositions written together and two prepositions written separately. This is the difference between double and compound preposition. In compound preposition, you can see up to, because of, according to, etc. While the fourth type of preposition is participle preposition. Any preposition ending in ing is called participle preposition. So during, including and regarding, all three are participle prepositions. When they work as preposition in a sentence, they are called participle prepositions. For example, during the class, some students made noise during the class. So here during is preposition. Okay? And in an example, we will go for picnic including Ali. So including is a preposition here. My father asked me regarding my result. So regarding is a preposition in this sentence or example here. So participle prepositions are the prepositions ending in ing. You can see here. And number 5 is phrase preposition or preposition phrase. You can use these two words vice versa. Phrase preposition or preposition phrase. What is phrase preposition or preposition phrase? When we use preposition plus noun or pronoun along with a modifier if need be. जरूरत पड़ने पे modifier दा वगैरह भी हम लगा सकते हैं. तो ऐसी preposition जिसमें preposition और noun या pronoun एक combination में आए, उन्हें हम phrase preposition कहते हैं. On time, on the floor, in the kitchen. These are preposition phrase or phrase preposition. I hope you have been able to understand these 5 types of prepositions here. And further I will tell you that the use of preposition in sentence is according to some specific rules. I'll tell you what rules. Here you can see the use of preposition. I have distributed the use of preposition mainly in two: fixed prepositions and miscellaneous prepositions. Fixed prepositions are for time, position or direction, etc. These prepositions can be learned, like you can memorize it, that for time, what prepositions we use, for position, what prepositions we use, for directions, what prepositions we use, like we have done in classes perhaps 6 and 7, that we have told you that with these expressions or with time expressions, you can use these prepositions. For position, in, on, under, behind, you can use these prepositions for these positions, and for directions you can use these certain prepositions. So these fixed prepositions can be memorized, but number 2, miscellaneous prepositions need to be experienced, and they may be learnt with the passage of time or by specifically memorizing that which preposition is used with which verb, which adjective or in phrasal verbs. So miscellaneous prepositions are some different prepositions which are used with verbs, adjectives or in phrasal verbs. I'll give you a couple of examples over here. These are only a few examples I have given you on the board. Otherwise, there are numerous examples which you can go through and you will learn them with the passage of time. For instance, agree with somebody but agree to something. We use agree with when we use somebody after this. Somebody means agree with you, agree with him, agree with Ali, agree with Asif, agree with Sarah. So whenever you're using somebody after agree, you will use with as preposition. But if you are using something after agree, you will use to as a preposition, not with. Agree to your proposal, agree to your favor, agree to your point of view. Is that clear? So whenever you use somebody after agree, we use with. Whenever we use something after agree, we use to. Same as after introduction, we use to, not introduction about or introduction of. We don't use of, about, for. We use introduction to. Let me give introduction to myself. I will give introduction to him. मैं उसका introduction करवाता हूँ. Throw something to somebody and throw something at somebody. Throw to and throw at are the examples of phrasal words. I have many examples of phrasal words. For example, with look, you can use at with a different meaning. When you use for with look, it has a different meaning, look for. And if you use after with look after, it becomes different in meaning. So phrasal words have numerous examples of using prepositions. In fact, in phrasal words we don't use prepositions, we use adverbial particle. That adverbial particle is actually a preposition in phrasal words. So when you say throw something to somebody, it means कोई चीज किसी की तरफ फेंकना देने की नियत से. जब to आएगा तो उसमें नियत क्या होगी? देने की नियत से. Throw something at somebody, कोई चीज किसी की तरफ फेंकना मारने की नियत से. जब मारने की नियत से फेंकेंगे तो at, जब देने की नियत से फेंकेंगे तो to. Throw the keys to me, मुझे फेंक कर चाबियां फेंक कर दे दो. And throw the keys at me, मुझे चाबियां फेंक कर मारो. Throw to and throw at. So these are a couple of a few examples of miscellaneous prepositions I've given you on the board. What you need to learn about here in metric class are these miscellaneous prepositions. These fixed prepositions are not difficult to memorize. You already have gone through these fixed prepositions, prepositions for time, position, direction and etc. in 3 or 4 classes, starting from class perhaps 6, then 6, then 7 and 8 also. Even in 9 you studied about these prepositions. And as far as miscellaneous prepositions are concerned, we will go through these miscellaneous prepositions along with these fixed prepositions also. So the question that you have in your board paper about preposition can have fixed prepositions and miscellaneous prepositions both. So we don't need to study much about fixed prepositions because you already know about them. We will be going through miscellaneous prepositions with the help of examples. So I will directly take you through examples without giving more definitions of anything, because we have had enough of the definitions, enough of the understanding of these prepositions. Today in this video lecture we went through the definition of preposition, a word that tells position or relation between two words, mainly between noun pronoun with verb or adjectives. Okay, and the common examples I've written on the board are these in red: in, on, at, up to, into, on behalf of, during, including, etc. So these are mixed preposition, which means that all 5 types of prepositions are exemplified here under the brackets. And then I distributed these prepositions in 5 types: simple, double, compound, participle and phrase. And I have written a couple of examples of all these 5 types of prepositions under the brackets: in, on, at, of, one word prepositions, a simple preposition, and these are also one word preposition but made by 2 prepositions, so they are called double prepositions. And compound prepositions are also made by 2 prepositions, but these 2 prepositions are written separately. ये दो प्रेपोजिशंस अलग अलग लिखी जाएंगी तो कंपाउंड कहलाएंगी, एक साथ लिखी जाएंगी तो डबल प्रेपोजिशन कहलाएंगी। पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन में मैंने आपको बताया कि ड्यूरिंग, इंक्लूडिंग, रिगार्डिंग, ऐसी सारी प्रेपोजिशन जिसमें हम, जिनके आखिर में हम आईएनजी का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, और कुछ प्रेपोजिशन में ईडी का इस्तेमाल भी करते हैं। पार्टिसिपल का मतलब होता है थर्ड या फोर्थ फॉर्म, चाहे वो प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल हो आईएनजी या पास्ट पार्टिसिपल हो ईडी। तो सिर्फ मैंने यहां पार्टिसिपल लिखा है, इसका मतलब कि पास्ट पार्टिसिपल भी और प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल भी, यानी कि ईडी वाले अल्फाज भी और आईएनजी वाले अल्फाज भी जब प्रेपोजिशन का फंक्शन करेंगे तो उन्हें हम पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन कहेंगे। दोबारा सुन लीजिए, ये पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन की ब्रीफ डेफिनेशन मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन किसे कहते हैं? जितने भी ईडी वाले अल्फाज या आईएनजी वाले अल्फाज, ईडी वाले अल्फाज से मुराद पास्ट पार्टिसिपल और आईएनजी वाले अल्फाज से मुराद प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल। तो पास्ट पार्टिसिपल या प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल, यानी कि ईडी वाले अल्फाज या आईएनजी वाले अल्फाज जब भी प्रेपोजिशन का फंक्शन करेंगे किसी सेंटेंस में तो उन्हें हम पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन कहेंगे, चाहे वो पास्ट पार्टिसिपल हो या प्रेजेंट पार्टिसिपल हो, दोनों के लिए एक कॉमन वर्ड आ गया पार्टिसिपल प्रेपोजिशन। मैंने यहां पर सिर्फ आपको आईएनजी वाली एग्जांपल्स दी हैं, ठीक है। नंबर 5 इज फ्रेज प्रेपोजिशन और प्रेपोजिशन फ्रेज। जब भी कोई प्रेपोजिशन किसी नाउन या प्रोनाउन के साथ जुमले में इस्तेमाल होगी उस पूरे फ्रेज को प्रेपोजिशन फ्रेज कहेंगे। ऑन टाइम, ऑन द फ्लोर, इन द किचन, ठीक है, आउटसाइड होम और आउट ऑफ होम, अंडर द बेड, these are the common examples of phrase prepositions. Then we discussed about use of preposition. preposition का इस्तेमाल दो तरीकों से होता है, फिक्स्ड preposition के तौर पे और मिसलेनियस। फिक्स से मुराद ये है कि हर वो preposition जो टाइम, पोजीशन, डायरेक्शन के लिए इस्तेमाल हो, चाहे इनमें से कोई भी हो। अगर टाइम के लिए हो रही हो, इन पांचों में से कोई भी preposition, मैं तो यहाँ यूज बता रहा हूँ, वो टाइप्स हैं, ठीक है, इनमें से कोई भी preposition टाइम के लिए इस्तेमाल हो, पोजीशन के लिए इस्तेमाल हो या डायरेक्शन के लिए इस्तेमाल हो, तो उसके कुछ उसूल होते हैं और वो उसूल हम आपको क्लास प्रेप 6, 7, 8 क्लासेस में पढ़ा चुके हैं। सो वी डोंट नीड टू गो थ्रू देम अगेन, ओके। तो वो सारी जो प्रेपोजिशन होती है वो उसूलों के मुताबिक, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस के मुताबिक होते हैं, उनका एक सर्टेन क्राइटेरियन है, ठीक है। तो वो तो मुश्किल है ही नहीं ना। मुश्किल तो ये है मिसलेनियस प्रेपोजिशंस, क्योंकि इनका कोई रूल नहीं होता, इनका कोई उसूल नहीं है। ये जिस तरह नेटिव स्पीकर्स इस लैंग्वेज के इस्तेमाल करते हैं, लिंग्विस्टिक्स इस्तेमाल करते हैं, लिंग्विस्टिस्ट इस्तेमाल करते हैं, हम अकॉर्डिंगली इन प्रेपोजिशंस को यूज करते हैं। ये मिसलेनियस प्रेपोजिशंस वर्ब्स, एडजेक्टिव्स, नाउन्स और किसी फ्रेजल वर्ब में आ सकते हैं। एग्जांपल मैंने आपको यहां दिया। आई होप यू हैव बीन एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस लेक्चर टुडे। इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर वी विल डू एग्जाम्पल्स डायरेक्टली। हम डायरेक्टली एग्जाम्पल्स करेंगे। बोर्ड पर मैं बहुत सारे सेंटेंसेस लिखूंगा और वहां पे प्रेपोजिशन की जगह छोड़ दूंगा, ब्लैंक छोड़ दूंगा और आपसे, आपके साथ डिस्कस करके मैं उन वर्ड्स को या उन प्रेपोजिशंस को फिलअप करूंगा ब्लैंक्स में, और थोड़ी बहुत डिस्कशन भी हम करेंगे कि ये प्रेपोजिशन यहां क्यों आई, इस वर्ड की वजह से आई। आप उसको मेमोराइज कर लेंगे, भाई इन वर्ड्स के साथ ये प्रेपोजिशंस यूज होती हैं। Is that clear to you all? It's now time to go through the question I asked you at the beginning of this video lecture. Let's go through this. Here you are. What goes up and down but doesn't move? I will answer this riddle. I hope you may have answered it. You may have had the answer in your mind. If not, then you will get to know about the answer just in a moment. And the answer is a staircase. सीढ़ियां, ये जो सीढ़ी आपके घर में लगी हुई है, दूसरी डिफरेंट बिल्डिंग्स में लगी होती हैं, ये स्टेयर केस इसका आंसर है। स्टेयर केस गोज अप एंड डाउन। स्टेयर केस से आप ऊपर या नीचे तो जा सकते हैं, लेकिन खुद स्टेयर केस कहीं मूव नहीं होती। तो जब भी हम कहते हैं कि ये सीढ़ियां कहाँ जाती हैं, ये ऊपर जाती हैं, ये सीढ़ियां नीचे जाती हैं, तो उसको कहाँ इंग्लिश में ऐसे ही जाता है कि दिस स्टेयर केस गोज डाउन और गोज अप। ओके, जैसा कि हम कहते हैं ना रोड के साथ, वेयर डज दिस रोड लीड टू, ये रोड कहां जाता है। देखें, रोड तो कहीं नहीं जाता, वो तो फिक्स्ड है। इसका मतलब ये होता है कि ये रोड कहां लेकर जाता है, अगर इस रोड पर ट्रैवल किया जाए तो हम कहां पहुंचेंगे। इसी तरह हम कहते हैं स्टेयरकेस के बारे में कि ये स्टेयरकेस कहां जाती है, ऊपर नीचे। या किस फ्लोर पे, तो इसका मतलब कि इन स्टेयरकेस के जरिए से हम कहां जा सकते हैं. आई होप यू हैव एंजॉयड दिस riddle today and you will enjoy more asking this riddle to your friends, family and relatives. We will meet again in the next video lecture with more sentences to do on prepositions. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. Stay home, stay healthy, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.